One of my favorite things about our church is that, we're a big church, but we still are a church based on volunteers. People that are part of our church family that give of their time and their talents. And so for the worship team and the worship ministry to be an instrumentalist, we audition every player. We actually auditioned Heather Headley, who is Tony-winning, a Grammy-winning singer. It's a little ridiculous, but it's kind of our culture. And so what we normally do is we have someone fill out an application that kind of says, I've been playing music for this long, this has been the arena that I've been playing in. I've been a believer for this amount of time, this is my testimony, this is how I came to know the Lord. One thing that we really stress is small groups. That's our Bible studies where people get together and it's a smaller group and they're accountable to one another. We want our instrumentalists to be in a place where if there's something not right in their heart or something going on in their life, there's accountability. So those are some things right off the bat that we need to see, that we need to know, that they're a member of our church, they go to a small group, they're a believer, and they have some form of musical talent or ability. So once they fill out the application, we'll bring them to a place where we can audition them, and depending on their instrument will kind of depend on the setup that we have. If they're a bass player, we for sure want a drummer there so that we see how they lock into the kick drum, things like that. We normally give them a piece to prepare where we give them the music and the MP3 and we say, learn this part for part exactly. And we listen to them play that song, and then we also want to put them in a situation where we're going to say, hey, we're going to play 4 chords, we're just going to loop it, we're going to tell you the key, and we want you to try and figure it out. A lot of times after the first 5 minutes I can kind of gauge where the player's at, and I can tell whether or not we need to cut the audition short or elongate it, see exactly how good they are. Okay, they followed me on these 4 chords really well. Let's see how they do with this. Another important thing that sometimes I think people overlook whenever you're auditioning an instrumentalist is, can they play in 6/8? Can they play shuffle? Can they play swing? All this kind of stuff. We do a lot of gospel music at our church as well as contemporary, worship stuff, and we sometimes will put a piece like I Call You Faithful in their hands to see how well they play that type of music. And so after we've kind of heard them play through a couple of different songs, different genres, things like that, me, Eddie, a worship leader, a panel of about 3 people will kind of talk with them, talk about their application, talk about where they're at with the Lord, where they're at with church, and then we'll go and have a private discussion about where we think that they can be best utilized in our church. If they're ready for the main campus, we'll put them on the next weekend. If we think that there's some possibility and potential there, then we'll put them in either a student band or a college band, or have them a place where they can grow so that we can get them to the main campus. Some of our favorite players, I think, are the ones that started off not on a main campus and just worked hard and just had that servant heart.